Hey there. Thanks for popping back on. So, what we're going to talk about now is myths. Can I say it? Myths about Forex trading. There are three main myths that people have about trading. Number one, it takes a lot of money. Number two, you can lose a lot of money. And number three, you have to be on the charts all day. So let's start with Mythbuster number one. It takes a lot of money. Okay. Well, let me just start by saying it used to take a lot of money. Okay. Back in the day, like in the 90s, my mom had found out about Forex trading. Matter of fact, in around 2014, 15, maybe somewhere in there, when I first learned about Forex trading, I came to her all excited, about what I had discovered. And she already knew about it. She had books and workbooks and tapes and everything already about it because she learned about it back in the 90s. But back then, we weren't able to trade our own, do our own trading. We had to have a broker trade on our behalf. And that broker had told her that at the time that she needed to have $100,000 that she did not care about. Okay, because that's what they needed to play with at the time on the market. And whatever wins that she got from that trade, she would have to pay that broker, for his services for trading for her. So that is no longer true. Okay. So yeah, it used to be a time you needed a lot of money, but now you can trade and start a broker account of your own, that you manage, that you control. Nobody has your money. Nobody, is controlling your money but you. And that, from that broker account, it's like a bank account that you set up online. Um, you're able to, fund that account with as little as $10. Okay. So you don't have to start with a whole lot of money, right? And with that $10, you don't have to trade it all at one time. So, like every day, you're adding $10 to it. If you're losing money, right, you can actually trade with 10 cent of that $10, right? And that 10 cent, you can grow that 10 cent in an hour or two to maybe $5, $10, $20, depending on your trade. So no, it doesn't take a lot of money to get started. Can you use a lot of money if you want? Yeah, people fund their accounts with $100, 500, 1,000, 5,000. It's up to you what you start with, but you can grow any size account into what you want it to be, right? If you learn this skill set and become a profitable trader. So, myth number one, takes a lot of money. Myth busted, okay? Myth number two, that you can lose a lot of money. Well, guess what? That is not necessarily a myth. Okay, you can lose a lot of money if you don't proper or practice proper risk management. Okay, so in every trade there are certain risk management things that you need to set up, right? There's something called a stop loss, and with that stop loss in place, it's only gonna, you're gonna set the parameters of what you want that stop loss to be. So, in plain English, if I put in a trade and for some reason my analysis was not correct and that trade goes the opposite way I expected it to, well, it's only going to go so far. I'm only going to let it go so far. The stop loss is the only thing that you can actually predict and calculate. Okay. So your stop loss is in your total control. How much you're willing to lose, how much you're willing to risk on one trade is in your total control. Okay. So if you say I'm willing to risk $10 to make $100, that's what you do. And you have to know that you're okay with that. Okay? That's what you decided that you're okay with. And you set that stop loss, you place the trade and you go on about your day. You're not sitting there sweating over $10 because that's what you decided, that if that trade loses, that's what you're going to lose. So that's called proper risk management. Another component of proper risk management is that you're never going to over leverage your account, right? So if you're only playing with $100 in your account, right, you're not going to take a $50 and risk $50 on one trade. Okay, you're only risking, 2, 3, 5% at the most of your account at one time. So if you got $100 account, you're going to set your risk at 1 or 2%. Okay, so you're only losing, a few dollars if that trade goes the opposite way. So there's parameters that you set in place to control any losses that you might take in the market. Now, are you going to win every trade in the market? No, you're not. But I promise you, you can lose, you can lose, 4 out of 10 trades and still be in profit. You can lose 50% of your trades and still be in profit. Okay. So don't think that losing is bad, because it's not. Matter of fact, you're not really even losing in the market because we know where the money is. We just have to find another setup to go and get it. So your money is never lost, right? It was just taken by the market. The market is always going to be there. Okay. So long as you continue to practice proper risk management, you should never be losing or blowing, what we call blowing accounts in the market. Do people blow accounts? Yeah, they do every day, right? But it's all an individual thing. It doesn't mean that you have to come into the market and blow accounts, right? If any account should be blown in the market, it should be your demo account, because you should have practice and practice and practice. You blow several demo accounts while you're learning, okay? That means you're learning. That means you're putting your knowledge into play, and that's what we want you to do, okay? Now, as far as time, a lot of people say it's time that you have to spend so much time on the charts, sitting, watching candles, watching charts, watching the price go up and down. Again, that's a myth. It's not true. Will you spend some time on the charts? Yes, you will. Okay, you will spend time learning how to chart, analyzing charts and how to read these charts. You will spend some time on the charts while you're learning. But once you have learned, okay, there are systems that you can set up. There are alerts and alarms that you can set up to your charts to help you to be able to trade, to know when when your your candles are reaching the point that you want them to, when they're coming into the zone that you wanted to see, right? It will set an alert. You get alert to your phone. You can get alert to your email, right? You can get alert on your trading view accounts. You can set up these alerts to help you to know when to go back and look at that chart again, okay? Because, oh, it's doing what you want it to do, right? The dollar is rising. That's what you was waiting for. You was waiting for it to go up to a certain point, and ding, 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 it's there. What you want to do, the market will alert you, and you can go ahead and enter that trade. It takes 30 seconds to enter a trade, and you're off again about your day. You set your stop loss and you let it go. You're either going to come back in profit. Okay, you can even take profit points. If you want to take profit at this point, at that point, the next point, you take profit points and set it up, and the market will close that trade out when it hits those points, or to close that trade out when it hits that stop loss. Okay, so no, myth busted. You do not have to sit around and sit on the charts all day if that's not what you want to do. Okay, so that is totally a myth. All right, so I hope that helped to break up some of the myths that you have heard about Forex trading. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.